a pig picking cake. I'm actually going to put the cake together. I'm going to show part 2 consists of showing you guys how I make the icing. I've already poured in the strained pineapple, crushed. If you go to the store and you can't find crushed, just get any kind, put it in your blender or chop it up. However it means you have of chopping it up. And the other ingredient is Cool Whip. This is the old plain Walmart brand. All of it tastes the same when you finish putting it together. So it's not in, and this is just the 8-ounce little container here. So this is like the 12-ounce strained pineapple. And you just use all of this because you got to you have to have enough to ice up 3-layer cake. And the cake is already out. I've took them off the stove. That one right there, I had 4 layers. So I'm only gonna put this on 3 layers, and the last layer, I may not do it on camera, but I'll probably just make me some cocoa chocolate for that and just eat that up for the last layer. So my cake won't be too tall to go into my cake plate. I think I showed you my carrot cake. I made that last night. Again, for those that want to look at how I made the carrot cake, look how big it is. I made it, and I almost dropped it, because it's in this little flimsy thing. It's the only thing I had tall enough to cover it up. So I don't want the pig picking cake to be this tall. Even though it's only 3 layers, it just really stood up there nice and tall. And I almost didn't have any container big enough to cover it. But anyway, I put that 8-ounce bucket in. And we'll need just one, it says one, I just use my own measurements. 1 tablespoon of vanilla flavoring. You don't have to have a lot, because you really don't even taste it in there. And then to sweeten up the, in order to sweeten up the Cool Whip, to give, sweeten it just a little bit, you put in this box of gelatin pudding. And again, it could be any brand. This actually says net weight 5. I don't know what it is, but it's the large one. The large size of Jello instant pudding. Any brand, it could be the Walmart brand. I just happen to have this brand. And this is actually acts as your sweetener for the topping. So the Jello instant pudding, the Cool Whip, and the pineapple, and the teaspoon or tablespoon of vanilla flavoring are the only ingredients that you need for a pig picking cake. And then you got all of that in there, and you just stir it up. You just stir it up, and you'll see that it's going to take on a kind of yellow look. And because of that, because of the vanilla instant pudding, it makes it delicious. And that's all you need for that cake. Actually, just a little bit better than a old-fashioned pineapple cake. Still the same thing. You just make the icing different. If you look at my video, you'll see the difference. And I appreciate those of you who watched and commented on my last video. If you happen to see this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will give you guys some cooking, not only cooking, but we talk about different things on this channel. My channel is old, but I haven't been using it, so it hasn't grown. I only have a very few members, but I would like you to subscribe, comment too if you like. and I would appreciate it. But see, this is actually all that goes, you know, goes in the on the layers. And I'm going to let those layers, I attempted to remove a layer, and it seems like it still maybe need to cool just a little bit more. So I'm going to try and do it again. I'm going to try to take it out of the box again in just a bit. But that's all. That's all it is that you put. That's all that you put on the cake, or in the icing. Those 3 ingredients, or 4 if you want to count the vanilla flavoring as one, because actually you wouldn't miss it if you didn't use vanilla flavor. So I'll be putting some stuffing together later tonight. As I mentioned earlier in the other video, it's not like anybody here to eat but me, but I always like to have my own food. I don't like to visit people just to eat. I always like my own food, to eat my own food, even though there are many places I could go to eat, but it's nothing like I still like to have food at home. Just in case one of my boys should stop by, or, you know, everybody's doing their own thing here during a holiday. You know, you got people travel near and far to be with family. And you can have those right under your nose, don't want to be around you, so that's cool too. Okay, so I'm going to lick this. Hope you guys are enjoying this Thanksgiving Eve, if it's any such thing. Again, I had 4 layers, and I believe these 3 layers are going to be too tall for this cake plate that I got, just a little cheap cake plate. So the top is probably gonna sit on it. So I'm gonna attempt to put it together so this video won't have to be long. But again, let me show you the icing. This is the icing, and it consists of only the pineapple I showed you, the vanilla instant pudding, and the pineapple vanilla instant pudding actually sweetens the Cool Whip. And that's all, the 3 ingredients. And you put it on the cake and you're done. So I'll start with, this is going to be my little spare cake. I'm going to make some cocoa chocolate and just put it on that 1 layer so my cake won't be so tall. So let's see if this has cooled off enough. I sprayed the pan. So, well, I only speak English, but I see somebody trying to say something, is saying something here. And I appreciate it if you can understand English at all. So that layer did come out. You know, I will put those comments into a language translator, and I appreciate the comment. And I would appreciate a subscription as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to look. So, pull this back a little bit. This is the first layer, and I just go ahead and just dump some in a couple spots on the cake. And this is not going to take long at all. And you just spread it. And it's going to be delicious and moist, and it is good. Although carrot cake, the carrot cake I showed you earlier, is my favorite cake, this is one of the quickest cakes you can make. It's this pig picking cake. So if you didn't look at part 1, go back and look at part 1 and see how this cake was made. Very moist. Okay. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. Where are you guys tuning in from? Yeah, North Carolina, which is where, I guess is where the pig picking cake originated. As I mentioned in the other videos, um, this is usually what they have when they have a good old-fashioned cookout and they have a pig on the grill or something. So this was the cake. I don't know if they made the old-fashioned cake, the old-fashioned pineapple cake, where you actually made the icing out of egg white. But this is a lot easier and probably tastes better than the old-fashioned pineapple cake. So both of them are good if they're made correctly. Okay. Okay, so I'm already ready for the second layer. Get this one. Uh-oh. Okay, it's stuck just a little bit in the pan. And I do put the layers on upside down until I get to the top layer. Yeah, it's splitting. So that lets you know it's very, very moist. I probably could have stood to wait it a little bit longer, let it cool off a little more. They usually split if you take it out of the pan too quick. If you don't let it cool off enough, you know, they have a tendency to split. Any cake, not especially a cake as moist as this cake. They will split, but it's still going to be edible. You ever heard those old saying? One thing I noticed about a raggedy cake, a cake that doesn't look pretty, like my carrot cake turned out beautiful. It's nice and stiff, but you can tell it's moist. But a lot of times you can have those pretty cakes, and they may look pretty, but they don't really be good. But I pray it be good. I think it'll be fine. I know the batter tasted fine. So I'm just twirling it around here. Yeah. It is after 3 o'clock. Well, we are on Eastern time. So I know people are from all types of zones. So you get a chance, if you're looking, get a chance, go back and look at some of my other videos. Some of them are funny. So I have a couple of home tours, antique homes, RV tours, a little information about maybe repairing your credit and getting ready to buy a home, a mobile home, or a house, or whatever it is. Or those little things you pull behind your vehicle. RVs, the little ones, the big ones. I'll be putting a lot of information up there about that. Because you have a lot of people don't think that they can afford to buy a home. And if you don't want to buy one, if you're fine doing whatever it is you're doing, there's nothing wrong with that. I just try to share advice, things that I feel like would be helpful to other people. Because you don't know. And see, I'm licking my finger. And I will rinse it off. Again, nobody's eating my cake with me unless you guys want to come by and eat with me. You want to come all the way to North Carolina and enjoy this cake with me. Enjoy Thanksgiving with me. I don't cook a lot because 90% of the time it's just me. If one of my boys stop by, you know, it'll be brief. I've got one that's married and his wife usually cooks, but he always like to have some of Mama's cooking. Like, Mama, if you cook, I want a plate. Still like to have some of Mama's cooking. Okay, So I'm gonna put the last layer on here. I think that's the hottest layer, so let's go with this one. So it's 2 layers on here already. See that? 2 layers, and really that's tall enough. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the 3rd layer on there. And this icing is delicious. It is delicious, I'm telling you. I could sit down with a spoon and eat the icing without the cake. It is delicious, guys. Make sure you try this cake if you haven't. It is delicious. So now this last layer, I know it was beginning to stick a little. I'm not going to flip this one over. I'm going to stand this one upright. Uh-oh. Okay. Just a little bit. You got to flip it back over because this is the last layer. See that? And now I'm going to put icing on the top and I'll be done. So far, so good. So I've got 2 cakes and a turkey ready. I have some collard greens that I had frozen back about a month ago. They weren't all that good. You know, they came out a little, I cooked them a little too long. But I'll make some stuffing to go with those. And then that's going to be it. Maybe some yams. The yams would just make it too much dessert. So it may be all. Unless my boys do call and say they're coming over. But they can just eat whatever I happen to have. Because I don't want to have a lot of food around thinking somebody's going to stop by and they don't. So this is... And you saw that I only had an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. So it doesn't take much. By the time you add that little vanilla instant pudding packet, you got more than enough to cover a whole 3-layer cake. And these layers are not skinny layers. They're pretty nice sized layers. And that pig picking cake that I showed you. And please do go online and look at it and see how I made that. I made that last night. Sitting around in my pajamas and thought I'd just get up and make that, because carrot cake is my favorite cake. But this cake, I haven't seen anybody yet that don't like this cake. You may find people that don't like carrot cake, but this is a very good cake here. And it's quick, you know, you can make it quick. I've seen people make them in sheet. The sheet, just pour it in a long, straight pan and cut and just put the icing on the top of that and just slice it. I've seen them do that. A lot of restaurants will do that because it's quick, and then they sell you a slice for about $4. You know, a little single pan slice. It's nothing like a layer cake where you got this icing between each layer. You guys try it. Come back and let me know how it worked out. If you got some ideas that you want to share with me, I would appreciate them. Anything that will make my job easier, my work easier, I appreciate it. Because you can never know everything. There's always something out there new that you can learn from somebody. Whether it's about cooking, shopping for a house, paying bills, fixing your credit. Somebody out there that has valuable information that can help all of us. We can help each other. And that's my goal here on my little channel. Again, like I said, I've had the channel for years. I never actually used it for anything except going through and supporting other people, you know, getting advice and getting ideas from them. Just enjoy looking at a lot of it. So, if you got something you're good at and if you're doing like I used to do, just sit back and look, that's good. But share your skills and your gifts. I watch you. Yeah. Just as sure if you roll across my channel, I'm gonna watch you and I'm gonna support you by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's just that simple. And where it's understandable that you don't like everything that you see. Because there's some stuff out there that is amazing, the things that some people put up here. You got a lot of people shopping maybe for a girlfriend, or whatever it is they're doing. And some of the things that they say are unbelievable. But anyway, I'm not going to make it too pretty. But I'm done. Here's the three-layer picking cake. There you go. I see a few gaps on the sides where I didn't put my cream down quite even, but it is perfect to me. Look at it, guys. Go ahead and make you one. And if you were anywhere nearby, you'd be more than welcome to help me eat mine. Okay? All right. Enjoy your holiday. And if you don't tune in between again, I appreciate today. And hopefully I'll see you as a subscriber. And don't get stressed out when it comes down to Christmas shopping. Just go out there and buy what you know you need. And don't worry about the rest, okay? All right, so meanwhile, have a good rest of your Thanksgiving Eve, okay?